Ever since I switched over to DaVinci Resolve late last year, a lot of you have reached out to me asking if this feature is part of DaVinci Resolve, and sadly I had to say no, which then made you hesitate to even want to come over. But guess what? This feature is now with the 18.5 beta release, and it works amazingly. So let's talk about it. Today we are going to be talking about this #1 feature that was just added onto the 18.5 beta release of DaVinci Resolve. Can you guess what it is? It's in the text. It is automatic closed captioning, which now DaVinci Resolve offers, and I was surprised how awesome and how well it actually operates. It analyzes the video in seconds and grabs that text and puts it in its own layout. If you do have the paid for Studio Edition, then with the 18.5 beta, you do get this feature, which is the automatic closed captioning. Rigmarole? Did it spell it right? Rigmarole? I mean, I feel like it's a made up word. Maybe it's real. Rigmarole. This is so super, it's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Did it do that? I don't know. Maybe it actually got it going. Now with this beta 18.5 release, this feature with the automatic closed captioning is only going to work with the Studio Edition. For $295, that Studio Edition unlocks everything. And this is a feature well worth it. Studio alone is well worth it, but now they added this. It is amazing. Now with the 18.5 beta release, there are a ton of updates that have been done. I mean, a huge list, and I'm sure there's gonna be some awesome things within there, but the main one that stood out for me is gonna be, well, the voice to text. It's huge. If you buy one of Blackmagic's editors for DaVinci Resolve, well, those licenses come with this, so it's well worth it. And I'll leave a link in the description below. So we're gonna go into the editor right now. I'm gonna show you this closed captioning, how to use it. Then we're gonna come back in here. I'm gonna tell you exactly when and why you're gonna wanna use that. There are specific niches with it that totally will save you hours of time each week. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do in DaVinci Resolve Studio is we're gonna go over here on the track and right click, and you're gonna add subtitle track. So here we have that subtitle track. And then the next part is just as easy. You're gonna go up to timeline and then go down to create subtitle from audio. And you can pick how many characters per line do you want. I kind of want to make it simple here. Let's pick 20 characters per line. So that should make it pretty easy. So we'll create, and now it's analyzing. So let's make this real time. Again, for those of you that are not aware, I switched over to Mac. I have the M2 Max 38 core GPU, 12 core CPU, and 1 terabyte drive. And this is how fast it's going in real time. I'm not speeding this up. This is exactly how long it's going to be taking. And it's sped up really quick here at the end. Speed time 25 times. And it's actually analyzing everything on the timeline. And so if you look right here, let's zoom in a little bit here. So it split it up based on what I'm talking. And obviously there's a picture of the video. But now we have white. So this doesn't actually work out too well because it's white on really light colors and it's not showing up. So what you can do before we kind of analyze to make sure that this is all correct is let's highlight all of this. And the funny thing is, look, you can go right through the timeline here. It's really cool. But let's go over to track and let's change it to a darker color there. So we picked whatever this font is. I don't even know. It's just pretty random. And we can change up the size a little bit and change up the line spacing if you wanted to, but that applies to everywhere. So here it is. Again, I don't like the location. Let's highlight this all, and then let's lower it here. So we'll lower it to about there. And the other thing you can do is still, it doesn't have enough contrast where you're reading through it. It might be a little distraction. So what I like to do is we'll have another layer here. We'll go over to generators, solid color, and let's put it actually right below. And just spread it out amongst the timeline. So this color here is black, covers up the whole video. So then we're going to want to go over to crop, and let's bring it down maybe right here. And then the bottom, we will bring it up to about there. See, that should probably hit most of it. And let's pick a different color as well. So we got the generator, let's pick, so there we go. And then we can make this transparent as well. So if we go here, we'll just change the opacity a little bit. And just kind of, all right, we can actually squeeze this in a little bit more too. And how well it actually operates. It analyzes the video in seconds and grabs that text and puts it in its own layout. The one huge thing I use closed captioning for is when I'm doing the YouTube Shorts. Because with YouTube Shorts, you only have a limited amount of time to capture people's attention, and sometimes the audio isn't on, so you want to have caption down there right away. Well, that would take me a long time. Even for a 60-second clip or a 30-second clip, I am going scene by scene, word by word, and then I have to type it out, and then I have to overlay it, and all of this stuff. And within seconds, this is done for me. I maybe do a transparent underlay, overlay for that text, and that also takes me a few seconds, and voila, I'm done. This thing impresses me. I can't believe how well it does the editing on it, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Does this work with somebody with a speech impediment? Well, let me try. That's superly silly, and I don't understand why people are doing it that way. But if I got this big lisp thingy, which I can't really do really well, but that's going to be awesome, and see how that goes. So people with speech impediments, does this work well? I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Is that somebody with just a big tongue? I don't know. So you tell me in the comments below, is this a feature that you're excited about like I am? Are there other features that you read up on the 18.5 release that you're excited about? If you are, leave a comment below on either of those, and I would love to address those in the, the comment field. There's nothing fancy about it, nothing fancy at all. So if you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video, which could be over here. Could be one of those videos. Check it out.